Thank you, Chairperson. General, if we can go back to paragraph 27, where you dealt with the call that you received from General Khumalo regarding General Motsepe's call to him. What I wanted to follow up on was whether this was protocol for General Motsepe to call General Khumalo in this manner or on this issue.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioners. And Commissioner, I actually took the cue from you and I'm using this line every day. Babaribar. I want to say that this call, General Khumalo can attest to because we both found it odd. So it's not just me who's saying it. I'm not sure if it was in his statement, but I can submit that it is actually factual. And moving further, so in the police, there are not necessarily any prescriptions on who or you can talk to. The National Commissioner can call me directly. The Minister can call me directly. General Motsepe can be called by General Sibia. General Motsepe can call General Kumar. So there's nothing anomalous about that. However, on the specific matter, because it was sensitive, there was no designation for her until I called her on the 27th. So that's all I can submit.
But on who can call whom?
Yes.
You mentioned people who would be senior calling those that are junior. Does it work the other way as well?
It works. Maybe before, I'm not sure, I was not there. Like I said, I'm a lateral infusion. A constable can call me and complain about a matter. And I know that before it wasn't allowed, you know. So there are no written down rules in terms of who can call who. And I don't think also it's regulated. But I think there's an understanding that there are people who still say, but I can't call. I would ask, but why didn't you call me, General? But I can't jump my component head and talk to you. So it happens. So, self-regulation.
In my early professional years, I was a civil servant, and there was something called channels of communication. Yes. You were bound to talk only to the person immediately above you. And it would be that person that then forwards whatever it is you are raising. But from what you are saying, it seems that no longer applies.
No, thank you, Chair.
Perhaps to place it or to understand the context, in paragraph 9.3 of the statement, you speak of the various specialized components that you have oversight over.
Yes.
Does General Motsepe, Major General Motsepe, fall under any one of those? And if so, which one?
Yes, Commissioners, she does. And she's the head of serious and violent crime investigations.
Okay. So she reports to you directly?
Directly, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And on this kind of project where you've already been tasked by General Sibia to be responsible for it and engage with General Khumalo, is your evidence that you would have expected she would take instructions from you about this? Is that
in actual fact, she was supposed to wait for instructions from me.
Yes.
Because I was given the mandate to actually do the handing over.
Okay. Thank you.
And then, General, before we return to your statement, before we adjourn for the tea break, you were recounting an incident of where the National Commissioner had instructed you to attend to a matter in Cape Town, and you referred to WhatsApp conversations between yourself and General Sibia. Can I ask you to go to HKS 7? That's on page 23 of the annexures bundle.
Oh, yes, I am there. Yes.
Can you confirm that this is the conversation you were referencing in your testimony?
Yes, it is.
And then if we could then go to the actual conversation.
Okay. Can I read into the record?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it was after the National Commissioner asked me to go to Cape Town to intervene in that matter of an elderly victim. General Sibia says to me, I'm advised that I should just keep quiet and let you go. You are free to go to Cape Town. That was in the evening, and in the morning, I responded humbly and I said, "Good morning, Pat, my DNC. I am not perfect. God, this one thing I know. Ngiyakuhlonipha, ngeke ngenza into ongayithandi. Ngathembisa ukuthi I'll always support and work with you. Ngowami umlomo, lokho zange ngikwashintsha, futhi ngeke kwashintsha nanini. Angisona isitha, futhi ngeke ngaba yiso. Ngicela kungamosheki ubudlelwane bethu emsebenzini, ngiyabonga." Then I tried to call him and he didn't answer.
General, can you translate that for us who are not fluent in isiZulu?
I was saying that as a member working under his command, I'll always respect him. And I'm not here to do anything that could actually be contrary to what I'm supposed to do. But also he mustn't view me as an enemy because I'm not. And probably that I was asking that, can we have a cordial working relationship? I'm not sure if it sums it up, commissioners. Kunzima translate isiZulu to English.
Thank you, General. And then can you continue on the next page?
So on the next page, the general says, you know why you went to Cape Town and what you are busy with. And you also know why the National Commissioner sent you and not say anything to me about you having to go to Cape Town. I personally know and trust that Makazala can deal with that thing. At least now I know. Then I attached the WhatsApp messages between me and the National Commissioner as proof that actually this is what I was going to do in Cape Town.
You can skip the screenshots to then go to your message.
So in the end, because I could see that he's not backing down and he's put me in a box. I'm not sure which box. I said, I'll leave it at this. I didn't invite this to me. I was acting on instructions and I forwarded this to General Shibiri, who couldn't deal with it because of the wife. And they kept on calling NATCOM to say that we, as the detectives, are not responding. I'll give you both the complainant's numbers and the reporter. I'll also write an info note to NASCOM through you to be recused from the matter, as Shibiri, who was on conference call with me, with the complainant, will take over. The DNC can ask for my redeployment as this is too much for me and I won't be entangled on anything I don't know. I'm here to work and nothing else.
Thank you, General. And how does this then affect your relationship, particularly during the course of this disbandment and docket issue?
Yeah, as I said that with General Sibia, it's a touch and go. We have to work, and I always say to NASCOM, that I want to be the bigger person, even where challenges can be noted, because at times it could really be extreme, and I think we'll talk to that. So because we had to work together, I became the bigger person. Moving forward, you could see that the messages between him and I on work were quite cordial.
General, and I apologize if you have already dealt with this or explained it. That first message at page 23 from General Sibia, or that he says from General Sibia, it doesn't have a context when you look at this these screenshots.
Okay.
And your response and maybe something in the voice call was said that makes him respond to you, say, I am advised that I should just keep quiet.
And let you go.
So maybe if you could just give us a context to how do things get, what has been said.
Yes.
That brings us to what the two of you now engaging in this way.
After General Sibia denied that I should go to Cape Town, I had to call NASCOM, who tasked me to say General Sibia does not want me to leave for for Cape Town. So I sought his intervention. And I believe that then he called General Sibiya, and I don't think he took it kindly.
Okay, all right. So you applied for his approval because you said there's the
That's
there's
protocol,
the
yes.
period.
National Commissioner does not approve my travels, but the DNC does.
Okay, and then he declined it,
Yes.
and then he wrote this to you.
He wrote only after NATCOM intervened to say that I'm advised that I should let you go.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Then, General, let's go back to your statement at paragraph 28. There you were dealing with General Motsipe's testimony that you had informed her sometime in March informally about the disbandments and the dockets. Can you explain what happened there? Or rather your view on her testimony?
General Motsipe called me on the 23rd of October, 2025. And in the call, she wanted me to confirm that I actually had informed her that the PKTT was going to be disbanded. And she reminded me that this happened at Kotsimampur. And I remember telling her that, General, this is a mistake, because I even checked my call logs on the day to say the only call I have to you, 27 March 2025, and this is when I requested you to accompany me. And when she couldn't get joy with me, I traveled to Abu Dhabi for the week I think I was supposed to appear, and I asked that I be given time because I had to travel for work purposes. On the 13th of November, she then called my support staff, where she inquired if they remember. But the scenery has changed. To me, she said Kotsimampuru, but to my members, she said it was at Vachdays, where the National Commissioner and the DNCs are sitting. And then I think my PA didn't respond to the call.
On your understanding, what was so significant with the timing of when this happened, or when this first happened?
To be honest with you, I suspected that it had to do with the commission, because she actually said that the commission was asking her questions about how she came to know about the disbandment, you know. And I remember I also told National Commissioner to say, actually, National Commissioner, General Motsipe called me and I find it odd. And I said to him, luckily, I've got my call logs, so I can actually locate where on the day I made this call. But also maybe to just give further information, and I did give another message to the evidence leader. On the 9th of July, General Motsipe is the one actually who forwarded to me the letter of the minister. And my other question was, if then I already knew and I told her, why then would she be giving me this letter only in July? So for me, I am here to say that's my analysis, and I cannot take it beyond that. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, General. So your testimony is that she's incorrect that you called her in March, in early March.
Affirmative.
General, then you proceed in your statement at paragraph 30 to deal specifically with the events of March, and you start there with the calls or nudges or inquiries that you're getting from General Sibiya. Can you explain what was happening around that time?
Okay. Actually, since that letter was disseminated to me for implementation commissioners, General Sibiya did make numerous calls, but also if we met either for meetings, he would always remind that you guys need to conclude the handover process. And the catchphrase would be that I am not following instructions. One of the issues he would say is that I was like Kumalo. I was now not listening to him. I think I'm saying this, and General Kumalo said it as well, to say also he got calls, to say this was not business usual. There was just too much pressure.
You say, General, in the statement that he's, in addition to saying you are now like Khumalo, he said you are dragging, I was dragging my feet in implementing the minister's instruction.
Yes.
You confirm this?
Yes.
And General, you explained that this was not the case. Can you explain what was happening that perhaps slowed down the progress of the handover being completed?
In my earlier statement, I think I dealt with the issue of challenges that actually led to me and General Khumalo not meeting. But I think also I cited the some nature of my portfolio. I was not vested in the PKTT. I also had other issues to deal with. I think the example being one of those that raised by the commissioner today, dealing with FSL matters would be one of my critical areas.
And so there wasn't a deliberate attempt to frustrate, as it were, the process?
No.
But is it fair to say you did not comply with General Sibia's 7-day directive?
It's
Because
fair.
he had given you 7 days.
Yes, and already we were in March.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner.
In fairness, at this stage, you had presented the plan, which was after General Sibia's letter. And so he would have been in the in-principle meeting where the plan was approved? Sorry, the
He
meeting.
was in all meetings.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the reminders would have been in terms of the plan?
For me, it's
Or were
both.
they?
Because remember, the plan is implementing his instruction. So you cannot separate the two. For me, they are juxtaposed. Or actually, they are in sync.
All right.
Thank you.
General, you then speak about the meeting that takes place on the 27th of March. And that would have been a follow-up meeting. Can you explain what happened at that meeting?
I think the meeting was set to take place for a specific time. I can't remember the times. I think the commissioner said age is a factor, so I understand. And in this meeting,
You said so, General. I was only quoting you.
in that meeting, General Khumalo and I were supposed to present progress report emanating from the meeting of the 6th of March. I think the opening slide spoke about 121 dockets. And the minister remembers 125 dockets. And General Khumalo tried to explain that actually during the process, as we were planning to hand over, 4 of those dockets were now trial ready and were placed on the court roll. So that's why the number was reduced from 125 to 121. The other point of contention was that since we met in Cape Town, there's been no handover of the dockets. The dockets were still with the PKTT, and I still sat with no dockets. So both him and I were chastised to say that we are not taking the instructions seriously. And I remember, Commissioner, that I raised my hand to say, Minister, I'm ready. And I'm saying this because, for lack of a better word, I came into the process with honesty. I didn't have information on who was doing nefarious issues so for me, it was just implementing the instruction. So I said to him, no, but I'm not against taking the dockets, And I think for General Khumalo, it actually, because he was singled out to say that he's actually unwilling. But Minister also made that comment to say, this is a political decision and the president is in the know of that decision. That's what he said in that particular meeting. So then he ended that meeting by saying that he won't engage with us anymore. And he'll only engage with the National Commissioner moving forward. But both Khumalo and I remember Mina was very upset.